Live from Iceworks Arena in Aston, Pennsylvania, it is the ECHA Finals between the number 2 Lehigh Mountain Hawks and the number 1 Navy Midshipmen. My name is Michael Zahn. Joined alongside me is my partner in Aaron Sherman. And Aaron, it is the final matchup, the number 1 team versus the number 2 team. Both teams needed overtime yesterday. What did you think of yesterday's games, and how excited are you for today's games?
Well, yesterday's games were very good. We saw 2 games go to overtime, both very exciting winners, good finishes. We saw good defense, very good defense. I'm very surprised actually how well the defense and goalies have played in this tournament, and I'm excited for this final championship game.
And I've mentioned time and time again that I think that every game is really up for grabs. Even though the majority of home teams have won, there's only been one upset so far, and it was the number 5 team beating the number 4 team. Villanova beat Drexel on the first day in the quarterfinals 6-2. So even if Lehigh upsets Navy, I don't know how much of an upset that is, but what have you just thought about the play thus far?
It's been good, a lot of good action back and forth. They're finding spaces, people are finding spaces, but we're in a new rink today. So the Olympic-sized rink is gone. We're back to the regular NHL, so there's less room out there. I expect maybe some more hitting, probably some more, tight defensive play, especially in a championship game. Nobody wants to make a mistake. Every mistake will be extremely critical.
So let's break down that last game from yesterday where Navy beat Villanova. Villanova was up 2-0 at the end of the first period. Then Navy came back with 2 goals of their own in the second. The game was forced to overtime. It took 6 minutes and 19 seconds into overtime, and it was just an awkward angle try where Navy was able to win in overtime, and it came off the stick of Kane.
Yeah, it was a very weird angle, and you and I were both just as shocked that it went in, and so was everybody else, I think. I think it went the weird angle. It must have hit off the goaltender's skate and somehow found its way in the back of the net.
And now breaking down the first game, which was between Lehigh and Towson, you and I both felt that the Towson Tigers played a much better game. They're a very sound defensive team. They have strong goaltending, but Lehigh was just able to win and come out on top 3-2 in overtime as well.
Yeah, somehow Towson tied it up there at the end of the game with less than 30 seconds left, but couldn't hold on as they gave up the quick goal in overtime. But you're right. We both thought Towson outplayed Lehigh. They outshot them. They had better chances, and Lehigh kind of, we talked about it a little bit yesterday where both Navy and Lehigh hadn't played a game, and it was their first bye. They had a first-round bye, and we felt that they maybe came out a little lethargic in the first couple of periods. Not Navy, but Lehigh did, and that played a role. But they both decided to wake up and go on and win their games.
And another thing, mentioning that both teams did get that first-round bye, but then Lehigh was obviously able to win that first game, and then Navy winning the second game. We talked at the end of the second game where Navy won. That game ended a little bit late. We were looking at almost 10 p.m. At the end of that game. By the time they finally got home to what we will assume was a hotel in the general area, and not a lot of sleep. This is an early game. It's already a little bit past 1 p.m. Puck was supposed to be dropped around now. It'll be delayed a couple minutes because the game prior here went a little bit longer than planned. But do you think that plays a role, the fact that Navy played a later game, and the fact that also their overtime game, if you remember, not only was it a longer overtime by 6 minutes, but physically the time that they were on the ice was longer because also of them cutting the ice between the third intermission.
Yeah, it was a very long game yesterday for Navy. You know what? I think it's going to play a small factor, but in a championship game, you come out fired up. This potentially is the final game for Lehigh, so they're going to come out with a lot of firepower and be aggressive and do whatever they can to win the game. Navy obviously is already in nationals, so it's not their final game, which maybe could play a factor. Maybe they're already looking ahead to nationals instead of worrying about this game, but it is a championship game, and that Navy mentality, I would say they're pretty disciplined, and they're probably came into work. Like I said yesterday, they showed up in that first period and they looked like they were ready to go, even not playing for a whole week. But I'm ready to go for this one.
Well, talking about discipline, that Navy team, they were not overly disciplined in their last game, committing a lot of penalties against. But you know what? They have one of the best penalty kills in the entire ACHA, and you saw it yesterday. So special teams always plays a role. I know it's one of your keys to the game. Is that going to be another key in the game?
Always, especially yesterday they had, what did they have, 5, 6, 7, 6 penalties, and they made a couple mistakes, and it cost them a little bit. So Special teams are always a big part of the game. You can stay, especially in a league like this, you stay out of the box, don't give the other team an odd man opportunity, and you most likely go on and win a game.
So that's going to do it for our pregame show. When we come back, Aaron and I are going to have the call live from Iceworks Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game complex of the great ECHA championship matchup between number 2 seed of Lehigh University Mountain Hawk and number 1 seed of Garfield Naval Academy Midshipmen. Today's starting lineup. For Lehigh, defense number 19, Nick Warner. Defense number 5, Andrew Brady. Left wing number 15, Chris Ramsey. Center number 8, Kevin McGee. Right wing number 7, Henry Brooks. Starting combination. Starting line for the U.S. Navy Midshipmen is defenseman number 5, Nick Bennett. Defenseman number 3, Craig Medford. Lieutenant number 10, Daniel here. Center number 11, Trent Wheeler. Wherever number 9, Alex Vandenberg. Starting forward for the midshipman, number 35, Matt Kroger. The midshipman are filled by Mr. Michael Kopp. At this time, we'd like to please stand and use your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome live into our broadcast from Iceworks Arena, the championship game between Lehigh and Navy. The Mountain Hawks are the number 2 team in the ECHA. They won 3-2 in overtime yesterday to qualify here. Navy as well won 3-2 in overtime yesterday to qualify here, as they were able to have a late win against the Villanova Ice Cats after trailing 2-0 at the end of one. As both teams are going to be wearing their road jerseys today, as you can clearly see on your screen. It'll be Lehigh defending the left-hand side of your screen, and it'll be Navy the right-hand side of your screen. As we're just waiting for...
Ready for some finals?
I am very excited. The ECHA finals, it all comes down to this game. As the puck has officially dropped from Iceworks, coming back in his own end is Clayton, who had a power play goal for Lehigh yesterday, number 5. Now number 5 for the Midshipmen is Metzold, who now has the puck. Skies it out, comes into a neutralized area where Clayton's going to slow it down. Coming back in his own end. Now here's McGee. He had the overtime winner for the Mountain Hawks yesterday. That was one of his 2 goals in that 3-2 victory. Picking up the puck is O'Hear, trying to dip the shoulder, gain an edge. Can't get the puck toward Carlin, the netminder for the Mountain Hawks.
Jack O'Hear, first team ECHA All-Star.
19:15 remaining in the first period. Shot on, saved by Carlin. They try and find the rebound, still can't get it on net. As they continue to go back and forth, Givens can't control that passing attempt. The Mountain Hawks come the other way. Saved there by Truninger, who's also a first-team ECHA All-Star. Puck comes to the point, not thrown on toward the net. Beautiful pass in front, but broken up by Kane, number 19 of the Midshipmen. 18:39 remaining in this first period. Harrigan's shot also misses the net. They try and stuff away at it as it came to the side of the net, but Carlin's going to cover up. 18:31 remaining.
And while we have a second, why don't we take a look at the starting goaltenders. For Lehigh, Andrew Carlin had a pretty solid game against Towson yesterday and clearly the better stats, so he's going to get the start again today.
And he is a special goalie for this Lehigh team. Puck won again by the Midshipmen as they try and throw it out to the point, unable to. As Pinedo was manning the point, he's now able to keep that one in. Good keep by Pinedo, finally cleared out into neutral ice. 18-17 to go in the first period. Picking up the puck is number 4 for Lehigh, and that was Rybonski. As O'Hear finds Vandenberg. Vandenberg able to gain that blue painted area, and then it ricochets out of play over behind Carlin. 17:58 remaining in the first period.
And we'll do the Navy starting goaltender, Matt Truninger, who had a very good game yesterday, and he's another All-Star, ECHA All-Star selection, so no surprise he's got the start again today.
As the two teams are going to continue to go at it in this championship game. Shot from the point, that was Metzold. Carlin covering up, only 6 ticks come off the clock. 17:52 remaining in the first period.
I think we're really going to see this smaller rink play a huge factor today. It's already a much faster game than we've seen the last couple of days.
And alluding to what Aaron was saying, as this puck is going to be thrown all the way down toward Truninger, actually hits off the
ice.
not icing. Yesterday, these two teams played on an Olympic-sized rink. This is an NHL-sized rink, so much smaller dimensions, a lot less wide. As you can see, the players skating a lot faster through these zones, and you'll probably see a lot more crisp passes. As Lehigh is trying to bring it out of their end, they're able to. As that was Friedman turning over the puck, as the Midshipmen drive toward the net, getting his paddle down is Carlin. As the Midshipmen use the right wing wall to reverse it around. Now it's behind the cage. 17:07 remaining in this first period. They reverse it out in front. No one home in the slot area. So the Mountain Hawks can change on the fly. Givens out to Harrigan. As they're now able to gain the line. That was Day. And this could be a breakaway. Tracing after it is Truninger. What a diving attempt. But now Lehigh still in the end, as McGee gets it back to the point. Clayton keeps it in. The Midshipmen are not happy with that no call. And then talking about a no call, there is going to now be a penalty for cross-checking. First power play of the game to Lehigh, as it's going to be Givens going to the box.
And early Navy penalty, something we're not surprised to see.
So it'll be McGee, the centerman, going up against Tyler High. As it's Lehigh winning the draw, they work it back to the half wall. Now it comes back to McGee. The always dangerous McGee had over 70 points this season, the second most points on the team behind Chris Ramondelli. Clayton at the point, trying to find a seam, can't find it. His shot gets off, but then comes back to him as it was blocked out in front. Clayton straight away. As you're getting the announcement from the public address announcer letting you know Givens is off for cross-checking. 1:23 remaining to that man advantage. At the top of the left circle, they try and go cross-ice to Ramondelli. Ramondelli can't control that one as it hits off the sideboards and then comes back to his stick. This clearing attempt still doesn't get out as Lehigh's able to keep it in. Clayton shot out in front. Truninger with the save. There was a rebound and then Navy's able to clear it away. 15:40 remaining in the first period. And now it's Navy intercepting O'Hear, trying to get a shorthanded goal. Back to Lelot. Lelot dips his shoulder, trying to get it back. So now here's the always dangerous Brooks. He had the other goal not scored by McGee yesterday. As now Day curling back in his own end, working it below the goal line. As he continues to skate forward, he's able to gain that red center line. Passes off to O'Hear. O'Hear can't control that one. 5 minutes gone in the first period. 23 seconds remaining to the Lehigh man advantage as Givens is in the box for cross-checking. Still skating forward now is Goldstein.
It's going to be offsides.
They're going to say, as the linesman is on top of it, that the team was offside. 14 seconds remaining to the man advantage. As the puck will be dropped in neutral ice. As they try and punch it forward, that was Bonato for Lehigh. That's a big clear for the Midshipmen, who are likely going to continue their strong weekend of penalty killing. As we are back to even strength, Kane tried to intercept. Dumped all the way down toward Truninger. Keep in mind, not only is he a good goaltender, but he has a right glove hand that's a relatively uncommon. As Kane tosses it back up. Kane takes a big hit, and there's going to be a penalty behind the play against Lehigh. Once they touch up, they do. Still some contact near the netminder, and that being Carlin. But behind the play, it's going to be Del Gizzo to go to the box for Lehigh. So 14-11 remaining, and now Navy gets their first power play of the game.
Take a look at the penalty kill stats for Lehigh this year, 76.2%. Not terrible, but not exactly great. And the power play for Navy here, very, very potent. 41st in the ACHA, 27.5% on the season. So very potent power play.
And they're going to try and get it to work soon. Day shot, misses the net, hits off the dasher boards. Comes out in front. Here's Lalo walking the circles. He's at the right face-off dot, curling back, wants to get back to the goal line now to the point. Day's shot blocked in front as Goldstein continues to try and add to his successful weekend. Back in the zone are the Midshipmen. But then a big clear there once again by number 4, Adam Goldstein, the 6-foot forward from Hicksville, New York. As the Midshipmen are able to gain the line again. 1:17 remaining to their man advantage. Circling the net are the Midshipmen. That's Metzold. Over to the low, back to the point to Day. Day's shot doesn't get through. And now it hits once again off the boards as Ramondelli with the successful clear. Truninger back in his own area, slows down the pace of play. 53 seconds remaining to the man advantage. As it's now brought ahead. Vandenberg able to pick that up. Tries to slide one past Carlin. He can't do it. Stays with the puck. Number 9, Vandenberg, is a top forward for this Midshipman team. Worked back to O'Hear. O'Hear cocks the stick back, takes a shot, doesn't get through as it hits a maze of players out in front. And once again,
Lehigh
it's going to be Lehigh with the clear.
Lehigh doing a good job swallowing up pucks and playing good sound defense, even on the kill.
Outlet pass, here's Vandenberg. Vandenberg shoots, hits off the shoulder of Carlin as he makes a big-time save. Still with the puck are the Midshipmen as it's Harrigan now along the far board side. It's brought back to the left wing side, the near board side. To the left point, here's O'Hear. Fakes the shot, trying to open up a lane.
Even.
And we are back to even strength as the penalty has just expired. Shot doesn't get on toward Carlin. Kane's point shot doesn't get through as well. So
Great
big
chip.
clear by Lehigh, and it's 2-on-1 break if they move quickly. Harrigan trying to get back. That hit off the post, as that was the best opportunity yet. It actually hit off the crossbar. You might have been able to hear the chimes being rung in Iceworks Arena, Rink 1. Ramondelli gets the puck forward as it's Friedman with the puck. As High gets his pocket pick, now it's Day without a right glove. Still able to make the play. Very impressive as he's staying out there. Day still staying on top of the puck, only has one glove on. It doesn't look like he's trying to go off for a line change even, as he's going to continue to stay on. As once again, it's the Midshipmen with the puck. Day finally does go off. As it's Sabatini who had it for the Midshipmen. Already 9 minutes gone in this first period. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. Warren, the smaller defender, passes on over to a teammate.
Could keep, almost held the puck there on the line.
And that's Lalo, who is a very skilled forward for this team, but just wasn't able to, as it's now Clayton. Clayton tosses it down deep after gaining that red line, but it is intercepted by alternate captain Lalo, and then Clayton has a steal of his own in neutral ice. Wants to pass it forward. Here's McGee curling back. What a nifty move. Wanted to backhand one home, but we have another penalty being assessed to the Midshipmen. 10:20 remaining in this first period, still scoreless.
Not that it should be a problem for Navy, as their penalty kill has been fantastic in the top 100 in the whole league this year. 87.3%, which is very nice on the power play for Lehigh. Not too bad, 20.8% on the season. And
I was going to say 28%.
Yeah,
that's very effective. But
20
20.8 is nothing to be upset about. But here's McGee taking the draw. Navy still hasn't allowed a power play goal against all weekend long, as the puck hit into the ceiling, almost came near our broadcast area. I was ducking for cover, I'll be honest, Aaron.
Look alive. It's very weird. There's no screen protecting the fans over here, so hopefully everyone's keeping their eye on the puck and is aware of flying objects.
Good defensive zone draw for Navy, but already 2 face-offs into the power play. Only 12 ticks come off the clock, so another offensive zone draw for the Mountain Hawks as they're going to try and win it back. The only difference is this time it's going to be at the left face-off dot. The first 2 were at the right face-off dot. McGee, the right-handed forward, can't win it back. Another win by Givens, the captain of the Midshipmen. As the Midshipmen try and break out, it's Givens trying to retrieve that pass. He chases after it. Stays hard on top of Clayton, as it's Ramondelli back in his own end. That's Joseph Ramondelli, not Chris Ramondelli. As Lehigh brings it to the near board side, 1:23 to their second power play, remaining on their second power play. Intercepted, a chance for Givens, shorthanded. Instead, he gets tripped up, no call. Clayton coming back the other way. He gives it to the left wing side. Ramondelli can't get the shot through, as it hit off of Matzold. Gaining the line once again, he's at the top of the circle, is McGee. McGee not contested, finally is, and he turns it over. Coming forward are the Midshipmen, just eating up more clock very smartly. 9:05 remaining in the first period, still scoreless. This championship ECHA game, outlet pass doesn't work, so it goes the length of the ice for icing. 40 seconds remaining to the man advantage for Lehigh, 9 minutes even remaining in the period.
It's been a pretty fast, exciting period so far, and like I said in the beginning, I think the NHL rink is really playing its factor here. Not too much space, and it's very quick back and forth, and not too much time for things to develop, so everyone's got to be quick to the puck and make quick decisions.
Defensive zone draw win for the Mountain Hawks, who kick it forward. It's Logren back to the point for Goldstein. Goldstein using that half wall. This is some effective passing from Lehigh, trying to open up a lane as they work it along the goal line. Now they work up that half wall. Goldstein tries to come out in front. They shoot it toward the net. Trodinger gets a piece of that one. Comes to the near corner board. Getting tripped up is Givens. No call. And then it was Evan Goldstein who tried to draw a penalty against Sabatini. As Evan Goldstein finds Brooks. Brooks, the right-handed shooter, tries to make a move. Instead gives off to McGee. McGee's backhand try doesn't get on net. Back to even strength. Navy still very effective on this penalty kill. As Lalo coming forward, gains the line. Tried to dip the shoulder. That's a common move you see at the ECHA level. As McGee comes right by our broadcast area. Just didn't gain the red line. He is beside himself. Thought he gained it, but 7:44 remaining in this scoreless first period. Puck will be dropped deep in Lehigh's end. And the faceoff will come to the right of Carlin. As the puck is reversed around to the far board side, Ramondelli can't control that one. Fortunately for him, McGee is able to do this all by himself. Wanted to get the pass towards center ice, couldn't get it. He wanted to center it out in front near the hash marks, and then he gets leveled, as you mentioned, Aaron.
Yeah, he stands up his man. That's a good defensive play. Take the body.
Navy's stuff attempt doesn't work as it hits off the post once again. Might have even hit the outside of the cage. They stay with it. O'Hear tries to stuff it. And it's worked behind him. Doesn't beat Carlin.
Carlin scrambling.
As High is able to keep the line. Center attempt comes out front. What a save by Carlin. Highway robbery as he's able to make the save with under 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Still scoreless thanks to Carlin.
Carlin looks like he came to play today.
And again, we mentioned Carlin hasn't played a lot of games, as you saw in the pregame show when we were showing the goalies. As Ramondelli knocks this one all the way down after gaining the red line. Navy and Lehigh jostling for positioning still. Hockey and rugby meet at the boards. Givens is able to take this one away at the blue painted area. And it comes back to the point. Shot does get through, and he scores! A point shot deflected in front by Givens, I believe. With 6:10 remaining in the first period, Navy gets the first goal.
It's a big goal. Carlin's not going to be too happy about that one, but not sure if there was much he could do there.
I know the point shot was taken by Montz, and the way that Givens reacted, I don't know if he got a piece of it sticking or just throwing his stick out there. Nonetheless, it counts all the same. 1-0 Navy, 13:50 into the first frame. And if you think about it, that is Navy's first lead all weekend, considering they were down 2-0 and then won 3-2 in overtime. So it is their first lead of the entire weekend. And they're going to see how long they can hold on to this one. Here's Day, working it to the near board side, then cross ice, finds Kane. Kane to Harrigan. Harrigan dances around a couple men, finds a teammate, that being Huey. Huey's shot doesn't get through. Calling for it is Harrigan in the slot. Vandenberg can't find him. Kane behind the net, finding Huey. Huey trying to stuff it along the goal line, but instead it's Carlin covering up. As he is able to freeze the puck. 5:23 remaining in the first period. Lalo and McGee to take the draw. Won by Lalo. I thought that one might have even fooled Carlin, but he fooled me, covered it up very easily. 5:19 remaining in the first period. Face-off won by Lehigh this time in their own end. They turn it over. Shot by O'Hear. Hits a couple defenders out in front. McGee to Ramondelli. Back to McGee. They can't connect. 5:05 remaining in this first period. Navy has the lone tally. Brooks picking up the puck in his own end. Tosses it towards center ice. Doesn't go off for a line change, so it was a nonchalant clear, and that's why Navy has the puck again. At the top of the left circle, it's Lalo. Lalo along the near board side, makes a couple nice moves, hits the referee in the corner, but he plays some hopscotch to get out of the way. Walking the line are the Midshipmen. 4:40 remaining in this first period. Clayton laying a big check out in his own end to get the puck free. It does just come out of the zone. Touching up are the Midshipmen, allowing Lehigh to come out of their end. Warren to Brooks. Looking for Ramondelli, can't find him, so Tyler High back in his own end for the Midshipmen. As emerging with the puck is Givens. 4:09 remaining in the first period. Puck takes a weird carom, I believe, off the ref's skate. It wasn't even off the boards. As it comes back into Lehigh's end. Championship contest between number 2 Lehigh, number 1 Navy, with the Midshipmen thus far on top 1-0. Lehigh not able to gain the center line, and then they finally say it's negated last second as the puck hits into the protective awning near the benches. 3:40 remaining in the first period. Navy on top 1-0.
Very fast period here. Good movement on both sides. Very aggressive. Navy's firing on all cylinders, it looks like. They came to play. Lehigh getting some good opportunities. Still nothing to go yet.
Goldstein's able to win the draw, works it back to the point. Shot doesn't get through, but Schrodinger was alert. Puck comes into the slot area. Fortunately for Navy, they're able to detect it, and it's Givens losing his footing. Turns over the puck, gains it right back. A lot of give and take in this game thus far. As Lehigh's able to punch it forward, it's Goldstein once again. Throws the puck into the far board corner, but it's picked up by Metzhold, who gives on over to his defensive partner in Montz, who was looking to connect near center ice, was unable to. Coming back the other way are the Mountain Hawks, gloved down by Schrodinger, and then he freezes the puck with just a tick under 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that one's not going to fool Schrodinger at all. He saw that all the way.
Face off deep in the Navy end. And we've seen thus far a lot of this top line for Lehigh of McGee, Brooks, and Ramondelli. They haven't connected in this game yet. They had all 3 goals in their first game of the weekend. As the Mountain Hawks still struggling to win the neutral zone battles, as continually Navy is able to come into the Lehigh end, as that shot didn't get through by the Midshipmen. Taking a hit to make a play was McGee, turning it over as the Midshipmen have the puck now. A long toss ahead goes the length of the ice. The trailing referee was saying it was going to be icing. The linesman closer into the zone negated it, said no icing as he waved it off. So that confused Lehigh for a half second. They're still able to gain the offensive line now, giving over to Ramondelli, whose shot doesn't get through. Good stick in the lane by the Midshipmen. 2:05 to go in this first period, with Navy still on top 1-0. Ramondelli trying to intercept, unable to.
In championship games, you've got to rely on your stars. These are where they need to shine. This is where they need to do what they've done all year. And Ramondelli put up 83 points this year. I can guarantee if Lehigh's going to win this game, he's got to find his name on the score sheet.
And he hasn't done it yet. He doesn't have a goal this weekend. Does have an assist on the weekend, as he assisted on the overtime goal. Puck thrown toward Schrodinger. This time it doesn't hit him. 90 seconds even remaining in this first period, with Navy on top 1-0. Face-off won by the Midshipmen, as they were trying to get something set up. Instead, it's Lehigh coming back the other way, as they might be able to smell blood, as it's Goldstein pouncing on top of the puck, able to keep the line, gives on over to the other Goldstein. Shot does get through, but not on net, as it sails just wide. 65 seconds remain. Centering attempt, again, it does get through, but not through Schrodinger, who's alert. 63 seconds remain in the first period, with Navy on top 1-0. Lehigh trying to get that one back and tie it up to go into the first break. McGee and Harrigan square off. Harrigan's able to win the draw back for the Midshipmen. Givens along the right wing wall. as he can't gain the line cleanly. So just offside are the Midshipmen as they touch the puck in the offensive end. 48.4 seconds remaining in the first period. As you had mentioned, Aaron, a quick moving period.
It's good though, good flow to the game. You don't necessarily like a lot of stoppages. Yesterday we felt the Navy game in that second period. There was every couple of seconds there was a offsides or a penalty or something that would just stop the flow of the game. This is a good pace.
And likely a lot of that has to do with the open ice, or at least lack thereof open ice, a lot less area to move. So you have to make quick plays or someone pounces on top of you. As there's 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Mets hold up the half wall, finding Givens. Givens over to Harrigan. Harrigan with that long stride is able to gain the line, gets the shot off, not on net. Feeling some contact is Carlin, and then he falls down, drawing a penalty, third Navy minor of the first period with just 8.4 seconds remaining. So off for goalie interference. It looks like it's going to be Kane, and it is.
And the trend continues. Navy finds themselves in the box again.
But we'll see if another trend continues, and that trend being not giving up power play goals.
Absolutely.
It seems like they're playing with fire, but it hasn't backfired yet. Navy with the all-important defensive zone draw victory, as they can't quite get it out, but that will do it for the first period as Navy on top, 1-0. An innocent point shot got deflected in front. Carlin couldn't stop it. And there's going to be a minute 52 of carryover power play time for the Mountain Hawks, but that will do it for our first period of play. And when we come back, you will have intermission analyst Patrick Johnstone breaking down what he heard and saw in that first period.
welcome in for the first intermission report of this championship game between Navy and Lehigh. We've got our intermission analyst, Pat Johnstone, in here. Pat, what'd you think of that first period?
Well, Aaron, we're not at Temple Ice Hockey anymore. We're seeing an actual championship game right now. There's a lot of fast-paced skating, a lot of good passing. It's only 1-0 game after the first, which is a great game so far.
Yeah, good action back and forth on both sides. Obviously, Navy coming away with the one lone goal in that period. And so what are you thinking for this next period here?
I mean, if they keep it up, we're just going to be in a treat. Maybe we'll go into another overtime game. I know there's 2 yesterday, so we'll see what happens with that.
I'd be up for some extra free hockey today.
Especially in the championship game.
Yeah, it can't hurt. Gets very exciting in these championship games as the Zamboni's making its way around the ice, almost finished. And that's going to do it for us for this intermission report. And we'll be back following the second period.
And welcome back into Iceworks Arena, live from Aston, Pennsylvania. Navy on top, 1-0. And a quick note before the second period starts. Well, Aaron, it's Hockey Day in America, so what better way to spend it than championship game in Aston, Pennsylvania?
Gotta love Hockey Day in America. And hockey, I believe it was Hockey Week as well. You know, a lot of great programs across the country for hockey. This is a big weekend for championships on all levels, and there's going to be a nice outdoor game tonight between the Blackhawks and the Minnesota Wild.
Very excited for that stadium series.
That'll be cool to see. So, happy Hockey Day to you.
Thank you. Same to you, Aaron. But a second period still looms over these two teams. 1:48 of carryover power play time for the Mountain Hawks. So they're going to try and get straight to work, but they're doubling back in their own end right now. As the Mountain Hawks are finally able to gain the line, it was Brooks to McGee. McGee using that wall to shield the puck, then has a high-rising shot that hits that protective awning. Truninger went down to his pads, was sprawled out a bit, and McGee wanted to roof it over him. Instead, got a little too much mustard under it, and the puck ricochets out of play. 19:38 remaining in the second period, 90 seconds remaining to their man advantage. As Clayton has the puck at the point, not able to keep it in as it's going to come all the way down where Carlin has to play with it. O'Hear beat Clayton by a stride, so then a weird pass comes out in front. O'Hear had a chance to get a short-handed goal, but fortunately for the Mountain Hawks, it didn't come toward the net as that shot also sailed wide. This is a very strong penalty kill from Navy. There's a reason they have such strong numbers, and you're seeing it right now as Lehigh is even struggling to get out of their own end right now. And finally they do gain the line. Took enough time. As there's a big check along the half wall. You could hear some oohing and eyeing. Clearly the referee is going to whistle that one dead. And it's another penalty assessed to the Navy Midshipmen. We'll see if this is a 2 or a 5. They've already been assessed a 5-minute penalty on the weekend. Likely only a 2-minute penalty.
Well, we got a little bit of 5-on-3 going on here.
For at least 47 seconds. Yes, 47 seconds. Only a 2-minute penalty. This is the chance for the Mountain Hawks to pounce. 18:54 remaining in the second period. Clayton manning the point. Works it down below the goal line where McGee is. McGee surveying his options, back to the top of the circle where Clayton is, back to McGee, they play some hot potato. McGee to Clayton, Clayton trying to open up a lane, misses just wide, and getting a piece of it is Truninger, and Brooks is telling Clayton, keep that puck down, we're on a 5-on-3, likely a rebound, we can jam home. As I can see him motioning back to Clayton.
Yeah, got to keep those pucks down, try to create a rebound, something out in front. Truninger did see that, even though there was a little bit of space above the glove. But he made a nice save.
Face-off win as McGee ties up his man in the circle. Clayton to the point, teeing up a shot. Goldstein, Ramondelli can't put that one home, and he really has struggled all weekend long. I was expecting a lot more from him. Thus far, he hasn't put on a show.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, especially from someone who put up 83 points during the year.
So bringing this one forward easily is Goldstein, and when you're on a 5-on-3 advantage, it's pretty easy. But talking about the 5-on-3 advantage, the first penalty is done, so it's 5-on-4 for a little over a minute now. Shot saved by Truninger, there's a rebound. Navy pounces on top of it, and it's Givens, the right-handed captain, throwing it the length of the ice toward Carlin, who's going to slow it down, giving it back to his teammate in Goldstein. 60 seconds remain on the Lehigh man advantage. It's a 5-on-4. Big wipeout near center ice. But still staying with the puck is Lehigh, trying for a backdoor goal, and then the net comes off its moorings. The physicality picking up, not even 3 minutes into this period. It looks like this is going to be a very exciting period from the get-go. 47 seconds remain on the man advantage.
You know, we've seen this Navy penalty kill do a very good job this weekend, and I think the reason for that is even if they give up a shot, they all collapse on the puck, they all swarm to the puck, swallow it up, get rid of it, get out of the zone as soon as possible, and make it very difficult for them to get any of those second and third opportunities.
So it's Goldstein and Givens deep in Navy's end. Goldstein wins the draw, comes back to Warren. Warren to Goldstein. Goldstein was looking to connect with McGee, unable to, so now it reverses around to the near board side where Kane is able to swipe at it. Gets it to center ice, has possession of the puck, wanted to get that puck on net. Instead it hits the skate blades of Warren. Warren goes cross ice, finds his defensive partner in Goldstein. Still 20 seconds remain to the man advantage, but this is a very strong penalty kill from Navy, and it's even hard to gain the offensive blue line even when you have an extra man. And you're seeing it right now as Lehigh is doubling back in their own end. They turn it back over as O'Hear pounces on top of this one all along the left wing side. It's reversed for Lullo. Back to even strength. 0 for 3 on the man advantage is Lehigh. Perfect on the penalty kill, not only today, but this entire weekend are the Midshipmen, who have killed off 9 straight this weekend. Vandenberg going up against Warren. He wipes out Warren as Warren falls down. Still keeps possession of the puck are the Mountain Hawks. As it's Morgley. Morgley gets a shot off. No stick for the Midshipmen. It doesn't matter. Truninger is that good of a goaltender. Gloves it down easily as he snares that one out of midair. 16:28 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, Lehigh player went for the stick lift to try to work his way around the player and ends up yard sailing him. Navy defenseman loses his stick.
McGee and Lullo. Lullo ties up McGee. And that's a rare face-off loss for McGee of the Mountain Hawks as it comes back into the Lehigh end. Chasing after this one is O'Hear. He forces the turnover as they stay with it are the Midshipmen. Both teams wearing their road jerseys, very colorful jerseys today. High with the shot, misses the net. Another shot on, and gloved down by Carlin as he opts to cover up. 16:04 remaining, and it's been a little bit of a slower second period, but still exciting. Just a lot of stoppages thus far.
Good action despite the stoppages.
Face off to the right of Carlin. And we mentioned that Truninger has a right glove hand. Carlin with the left glove hand. A lot more common to have a left glove hand, and that's what Carlin has as it comes back into the Midshipman end. Tyler High with the puck goes cross ice. What a feat as Harrigan's able to control that one. He gains the line, dumps it off for Kane, out in front to Givens, and Givens wanted to go back to Harrigan, couldn't find him. Warren now going to be whistled for a penalty as he hit Harrigan very hard. It's likely going to be a cross check and or a hit from behind.
Beautiful drop pass there, created that chance, and forced a penalty.
So Warren to the box with 15:38 remaining in the second. And this is just a strong special teams unit for Navy all around. They have a good PK and just as good power play. As Warren sits for 2. Puck to Day, the defenseman. The right-handed defenseman shoots and it hits the post.
Goalie's best friend.
As Navy keeps possession of it. Comes to the side of the net. They can't poke that one home as the Midshipmen have to retreat back in their own end. Good clear by the Mountain Hawks. Camping near center ice is Lullo.
That hanger.
But Day
That's a great power play breakout. It's using that hanger. It hangs around the line, the blue line, looking for an easy way into the zone.
Day with the puck. He's straight away. Finds a teammate and he scores. My goodness, Carlin couldn't get there in time. And then a celebration of a dab afterwards. A power play goal for Navy. Aaron, you say it time and time again, special teams is the key to games. Power play goal for Vandenberg. Actually, excuse me, that's going to be Metzold. It's not Vandenberg.
Yep, there you go. Special teams. 2 power play goals and 2-0 game. That one looked like it beat Carlin 5-hole. Not sure if it hit anything out in front, but...
And this right now appears to be a lifeless Lehigh team. So what do they decide to do? They put out that top forward unit. As right now it's Brooks, McGee, and Ramondelli. McGee looking to hook up with Ramondelli, and it goes the length of the ice surface behind the goal line for icing. 14:42 remaining in the second period. And that next goal is going to be very important. If Navy can get the next one, they might just seal this one up. And if Lehigh gets the next one, then it's anyone's game. As there's a couple checks in that face-off dot. No, it's not going to result in any loss of manpower. As it does go the length of the ice, no icing. Chasing after this one is McGee. He gets tied up. Brooks wanted to reverse around. Ramondelli not there. So behind his cage right now is Tyler High, as he's looking to have a breakout. And look at this, once again, could be an odd man rush, as Navy's able to gain the line, trying to go blocker side, doesn't get it on net. As it's Carl Huey working it to Kane. Shot saved by Carlin. He's still trying to cover up, finally able to, and the physicality is picking up at Iceworks Arena in Aston, Pennsylvania. But they do freeze the puck. 13:54 remaining in the second period with Navy on top 2-0.
If you're Navy, you just got to keep what you're doing. Keep it up. Keep playing. If you're going to take as many penalties as you do, keep playing good defense. Keep killing off penalties and take advantage when they give you the opportunities. If Lehigh's going to make a mistake and take a penalty, make them pay. And that's what they've done so far.
And Navy just staying relentless in the offensive end, establishing a very hard forecheck, as Lehigh finally is able to get to the neutral zone. They get center ice, then they gain the offensive blue line. They try and tip it out in front, not able to
much
beat
better,
Truninger.
A much better look, though, from Lehigh.
Gaining the line cleanly. O'Hear, outside move, then wanted to beat Carlin, ran right into him. Seemed a little intentional from our vantage point. No penalty as Carlin's bucket falls off.
Speaking of that bucket, I've been trying to eye it down all weekend, what the design is. Obviously, me being a goalie, I'm very intrigued by the goalie designs, and he's rocking a mask that has on the front, it's one of those old school, like Freddy vs. Jason masks. And it is very cool, and it actually goes very well with the jersey, and it's a nice choice.
And we saw Lehigh in their home whites yesterday, as they were the home team against Towson. Both teams have opted once again to wear their colored jerseys, and likely a huge part of that is Navy's able to gain the line because they both wore home jerseys yesterday.
Yeah, they're probably a little...
So they might smell a bit. As McGee gains that center ice red line, finds Brooks. Brooks back to McGee. McGee wants to get the shot off, unable to. Stays hard on his man, driving down Kane. As the puck does come free along the far board side, reversing around to Montz.
It's so tough for Lehigh to get anything going. This Navy defense just swarms to the puck.
As the puck is thrown on toward Carlin, and he's just forced to cover up as Gibbons was driving toward the net. 12:26 remaining in the second period, almost halfway through regulation. And Navy appears to have a stranglehold on this game right now. Face-off deep in the Lehigh end. Comes back to Day. Day's shot doesn't get through. So now reversing back are the Mountain Hawks, as they're able to pick up the puck. They get it out.
Good use of the boards there.
Good use of the boards, but Del Gizzo can't come up with the puck. He has found the score sheet today. Unfortunately for him, it was a 2-minute penalty. As once again, the Midshipmen able to gain the line at the top of the left circle. Shot saved by Carlin, and then getting wiped out is Tyler High. And the linesman and referee just make sure there's no extracurriculars afterwards. 11:54 remaining in the middle frame.
He's probably just joking with him, asking him if he should pick on someone his own size, maybe, as there's almost a whole head difference in height between those two.
And we've seen a lot of that, a lot of discrepancy in height, some bigger, taller guys who really are built out to be men, and then you see a couple guys who, well, maybe they didn't go through that growth spurt so much and aren't going to be as tall of men. But we even see at the NHL level, sometimes these smaller players can survive because they add a certain element to the game.
Hey, Brian Giunta, Denny Briere, two of the smaller players in the league, and also two of the best career-wise.
And you can even add Marty St. Louis in
Absolutely.
that category as well. 11:24 remaining here in Aston, Pennsylvania. Not quite NHL play as it's ECHA finals. As finally they're going to blow the whistle dead. They're going to say the puck has to come out of the zone. I think Lehigh was hugging the puck along the boards, and likely the linesman was saying you have to move it, and if not, the puck is going to come into neutral ice, so it does. So 11:16 remaining in the second period. And we appreciate you tuning into our broadcast today for Hockey Day in America. Winning the puck forward is Lalo. He has a 2-on-1 break as Goldstein interrupts it, ties up O'Hear, saved by Carlin.
Excellent play by Carlin to track that puck. O'Hear skated into the zone, made a nice cut into the slot, but Carlin followed the puck very nicely. Made a very nice save.
And neither one of these goalies are exceptionally large like we saw from Towson, where they had Stewartson, who was 6'2". But these aren't small goalies either. These are middle-range goaltenders. I believe they've listed...
Truninger's a little smaller than Carlin.
Truninger, I believe they list at 5'10", and Carlin, I believe, is 6 feet tall. So that's a little taller than normal for a netminder.
That's the new way they're making goalies these days, you know? You got Mike Smith.
Ben Bishop in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, very big goaltenders.
As the puck comes towards center ice, high, over to Vandenberg. Vandenberg drops it off to the low. He's along the half wall at the top of the left circle, then gets it back to the point. Shot doesn't get through. Second attempt doesn't get through either, as it's now on the outside of the cage, and they're trying to whack away at it. It was Lalo trying to get that puck free, unable to. 10:35 remaining in the second period. And as that same five-man unit will stay out there for Navy. Lehigh changes up their entire five-man unit. Navy still able to win the draw. And they keep the puck in the end after it appeared Lehigh was going to be able to come out of the zone. Pass along the goal mouth. Vandenberg's shot doesn't get through. From the point, it's Montz's shot that doesn't get through either. So now here's Ramondelli trying to get a shot off. Finds McGee instead. McGee's shot, I think it fooled Truninger, but he still was able to save it. As Ramondelli very nonchalantly gained the line, and with a soft toss toward the net, made it harder for McGee to try and shoot the puck into the net.
Yeah, Truninger very good in close quarters, so he was able to bring that puck in.
McGee back to the point. Hits off of Harrigan. He appears to be okay. Puck comes near the hash marks. Navy emerges with the puck. It's Givens, the captain. He has Kane with him. Kane gets a shot off save as he gets those flippers down on the ice. Is Carlin. Coming back in his own end is Montz as he turns it over to Ramondelli. Ramondelli looking to hook up. And then it's turned back over as Harrigan comes the other way. Shot blocker save by Carlin. He's been alert all day long. Givens kicks it over to Ramondelli, who reverses it back the other way, who gains center ice, tees up a shot. It deflected off of Day. Took a weird carom off the boards, but covering up is Truninger with 9:25 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, we've seen all weekend on both rinks the boards have been very odd. Sometimes it's dead, sometimes it's very lively, and the puck will bounce right back off the back. Goalie's got to be very alert to that.
As it's Bonato versus Day in the draw. Bonato tried to tie up Day instead. Day is able to win it. As Day emerges with the puck. Couldn't find a teammate. Right now they're offside. They need to wait to touch up. I didn't think they were onside, but still the linesman on top of it believes that the Midshipmen did touch up. So here's Warren, who already committed a penalty. It was the penalty that he committed. Navy was able to score on the ensuing power play.
Turnover.
Once again, Lehigh really struggling to come out of their zone. Big check here, no call.
No call.
I believe it's a right no call.
Yeah, a couple of arms went up on the Navy bench looking for a hit from behind or a boarding, but I thought it was clean.
Clayton fell down, was looking for a penalty, number 5 of Lehigh. Doesn't receive it. Shot doesn't get through as it comes to the near board side.
A lot of jostling in front of that net.
As the intensity will continue to pick up as that clock winds down. Point shot deflected, misses and sails wide of the net. Then out in front, I think it's an offensive penalty against Navy. They continue to commit penalties. It hasn't burned them yet. You would assume at some point it will, but maybe they'll escape. But this is already their 4th minor penalty, as it looks like Warren drew a penalty against Sabatini, who's going to go off for tripping.
Some friendly banter back and forth between those two.
And this is a prime opportunity for Lehigh to try and get back in. 8:16 left in the second, plenty of time.
Absolutely.
So if they can even just get one, it can really change the tide.
Gotta find a way to get more than one shot on net here. You know?
Exactly.
Navy's doing a good job of, you know, swallowing up the rebounds and getting pucks out. You gotta find a way to capitalize on those second and third chances.
So it's the 4th minor penalty to Navy, their 10th total penalty of the weekend. 9 minors and 1 major penalty. They've killed off the first 9. Let's see if they can go 10 for 10 on the weekend as McGee has it to the side of the left circle, works it back to the point to Clayton, who has a goal on the weekend. McGee has 2. McGee can't get that shot through.
Gotta keep it down.
As it's now worked at the right point, creeping in closer is Clayton. He works it out to Ramondelli. Ramondelli with the puck again. A lot of pushing out in front, and I actually think it's going to be a 5-on-3 advantage.
No.
No, it was actually Brooks in front. They're going to call for.
You know what he was doing?
I didn't see.
He was pulling the old Sean Avery trick on Martin Brodeur. For those who don't know, and Rangers Devils playoff series a few years back, Sean Avery turned his back to the play and was face to face with Brodeur as the goalie, and that became outlawed in the playoffs. And I'm gonna guess they're gonna call for that as well here.
So it has been very hard to hear our public address announcer today, so we're not going to know exactly what the call is until the second intermission. But 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 28, as long as there's no more calls.
I'd love to hear that call, though.
As Lehigh emerges with it, both teams even strength, so if you ice the puck the length of the ice surface, it will go down for icing. Navy up 2-0, realizing they have open ice, and they can do a lot of run and gun.
I believe I heard the call was on sportsmanlike conduct, 2-minute minor.
Shot saved by Carlin. He allows a rebound as it does come into the slot area. The low one to pounce on top of it, but Clayton's stick was in the lane.
So that old Sean Avery move is outlawed in this league as well.
Should be outlawed in every league.
Of course.
Puck comes to the point, and he scores! It's a 4-on-4 goal, so not even on the power play yet. And Navy is able to take the 3-0 lead. Puck
Carlin looking for a little goaltender interference call.
Goal scored by Huey. And just when you thought Lehigh might be able to come back into it, that's likely a huge dagger goal as it's a 3-goal lead. Huey finds the back of the net. Carlin wanted to stop that with his blocker. 3-0 Navy. And we'll see what Lehigh decides to do, because there is over 7 minutes remaining, as we've just reached 7 minutes remaining in the second period.
Gotta get the next one, though. If you're Lehigh, that just can't give up anymore. Gotta play shutdown the rest of the way.
And I know, since you played high school hockey, you being a goaltender, you're always biased towards these goaltenders, but you have to feel for a player like Carlin, who has just been strong all weekend long, and right now not getting any goal support. Shot by Day, He's
Another
able
good
to
save.
make the save. Afterwards, Carlin not happy, felt some contact, slash, but Roman Deli the other way on a breakaway. This has to be a penalty shot. Instead, they're going to call hooking.
They're looking for it.
And Ramondelli,
I'm a little surprised.
the most dangerous threat for Lehigh, draws a penalty. So now, if you think 4-on-4 was some open ice play, there's going to be 4-on-3 for 30 seconds. Fortunately for Navy, it's just 30 seconds. And then after that, if Lehigh can't score, it's going to go back to 4-on-4 for about 30 seconds.
Lehigh bench looking for an explanation on why that was not a penalty shot.
And I can only imagine with a player like Ramondelli, they'll take their chances thinking that he
Absolutely.
can score, even against as good of a goalie as Truttinger is.
But nonetheless, we got 4-on-3.
So McGee ties up his man, works it back to the point. There's Goldstein. He finds Clayton. And then in the lane, Kane gets his stick on it, brings it back out into neutral ice where Lehigh has to touch up and try and regain the line. They do that, but McGee is being suffocated in a corner. Now works it back to Clayton. Over to McGee, back to Clayton, who's walking that left circle. Exchanges with McGee. McGee back to the point to Goldstein. Goldstein's shot is just covered up and gloved down by Truttinger. 3 seconds remain to the 4-on-3. And then it'll be a midshipman player coming free, which will get us back to 4-on-4 play. 6:19 remaining in the second period.
Special teams playing their part in this game.
As the linesman wants to make sure everyone's in the correct positioning for this important face-off draw. Big win by Lehigh. They get the shot through. Truttinger alert and makes the save. It's 4-on-4 hockey. They wanted to get an outlet pass to O'Hear, but smartly retreating back were the Mountain Hawks. Not so smartly. They turn it over in neutral ice.
And right to O'Hear.
18 seconds of 4-on-4 play until it'll be a 5-on-4 advantage for Lehigh. But thus far, 10 straight kills for Navy, as there's 5 seconds remaining to the 4-on-4. Trying to come out of the zone are the Mountain Hawks. They just can't do it. Out in front is Lalo. Tries to beat Carlin, unable to, as it's at the side of the net. Still free. Navy is short-handed, but they're the ones pressing the issue. Now for 50 seconds,
3-on-2.
Lehigh on the advantage. As you mentioned, Aaron, 3-on-2 advantage. Brooks looking to find McGee. McGee can't locate that one, so it's worked into the near corner board. Comes to the point where Goldstein wants to keep it in, unable to, so it's a 2-on-1 short-handed break. O'Hear has Lalo. O'Hear takes the shot, doesn't get it on net.
Tried to go upstairs on him, a little too high.
And Lalo keeps it. Can't get the shot on net as it hits Goldstein, so Ramondelli uses the boards. Wanted to connect with McGee. No icing there. 15 seconds remaining to the man advantage as the puck is thrown off the boards. No icing as they are short-handed. They pick up the puck as Sabatini gets tripped up, no call, and make it 11 straight kills for the midshipmen on the weekend.
These are unbelievable numbers.
11 of 11.
Especially down a man.
11 of 11. We've seen them in a couple 3-on-5 situations, and this is when it matters most. Playoff situations, they've got a strong penalty kill. They're up 3-0 already.
Best teams find a way to win no matter what.
As Lehigh is able to gain center ice, 4:22 remaining in the second frame. As it's worked behind the net, they try and center it out in front. Shot on, and Truttinger cuts off the angle, makes the save. 4:13 remaining in the second period.
Truttinger, very aggressive, comes out. Lehigh probably would have liked to get that shot off a little bit sooner.
So
Truttinger's a good enough goalie where you give him even a little bit, a couple extra seconds to get set, he's going to make the save.
So 4:13 remaining in the second period. Puck will be dropped deep in the Navy end. It's very cold here in Iceworks Arena in Aston, Pennsylvania, but you would expect that. Kane with the puck, tossing it forward. Gloving it down are the Mountain Hawks, but the midshipmen stay with the puck nonetheless as Kane chases after this one, comes to the near board side. Metzhold gets the shot off. Kept in by Montz. at the left point, deflected out in front, doesn't get on net. Coming the other way is Morgley. Shot, it looked like it deflected off of Metzhold out in front. Didn't get on net. It reverses to the far board side. 3:30 remaining. As Lehigh is going to continue to try and toss it on toward net. McGee stays with it. Works it into the corner to Morgley. Back to McGee. McGee's shot doesn't get on net as it comes to the near corner boards now. As Navy now has a 3-on-1 break. My goodness, Harrigan has Kane with him. Shot, save Carlin. There's a rebound. He felt like there was a lot of contact as Carlin is sprawled out, loses the bucket for the second time, and now here's the physical play that everyone thought was going to be coming earlier, as it's Jonathan Homan with an extra shot to the chops. And now getting into it is Carlin, as Carlin throws down a man.
Carlin's probably frustrated with how much he's been touched today. Goalies will not like that. But wouldn't be surprised if Carlin receives a penalty here.
As the physical play is just going to continue. A lot of yelling and screaming from fans. Couldn't make out that yell. I'm pretty sure the microphones picked it up, I'll be honest.
But it's understandable. Big championship game here, and tempers will fly.
So right now, there's a 2-minute penalty on the board.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's for Carlin, to be honest with you.
I actually think that's on Homan, definitely, because I see 15 in the box. Homan is definitely going to receive 2. It appears that's
it.
The only thing that's going to be detected. Anything else?
This could be a potentially closing remark on this game.
Yeah, already 1 for 2 on the power play and 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. This Navy special teams is something else. As right now the Lehigh coaching staff cannot believe that they are shorthanded. And I guess the frustration comes from that if Carlin's going to receive that much contact, they think things should offset. But Navy really has a chance to make this an insurmountable lead with just above 3 minutes remaining. I hear a parent yelling, "Are you kidding me?" So she's just as upset as the coaching staff as Goldstein is able to get the puck towards center ice. So retreating are the Midshipmen. As they're able to clear the end, it's Warren with 2:45 remaining in the second period. Day trying to circle around Goldstein. As offside are the Midshipmen. 2:39 remaining in the second period. 1:32 remaining on the man advantage.
It's not an easy job being a referee, that's for sure. Somebody's going to hate you in the end.
Not easy on anyone's eardrums. I know that much. 2:37 remaining in this period. Navy on top 3-0. They've dominated this game. They've dominated league play all season long as they are the #1 seed in the ECHA. As they pull up, it's low.
They're just
back to the point.
So strong on the puck. They don't lose the battles. Here we go.
Cross ice feed, and they just can't get that shot off. They had a beautiful chance. It was Leininger.
Did everything right but shoot. But as I was saying, very strong on the puck. They win every single battle. And, that's why they're winning 3-0 now.
120 seconds remain in the period. 52 seconds on the man advantage. Lalo receives the stretch pass. Tries to dance his way around. Still comes up with the puck at the right face-off dot. Getting upended is Givens, no call. Opening up a lane is O'Hare, shot, rebound out in front. O'Hare tries to follow that one up. It comes to the side of the net, and they're going to wave it off after Lalo scores. I should actually say before Lalo scores. The whistle was blown right before Lalo scored. Not entirely sure why.
Looks like a net's off.
So the net just came off its moorings. Navy had a chance to make it an insurmountable 4-0 lead. Lehigh getting a rare break.
Navy coach, he's shaking his head. nodding in agreement. He knows. He's probably
It's
gonna,
easier to agree with a call when you're up 3-0 as well.
exactly. I'm sure he's upset, but hey, look alive.
That puck came very close to us. I will admit I did move, but nonetheless hits off the boards, comes right back toward us.
Oh, great
Vandenberg with the stretch pass from the goalie. He has a stick. He can pass too. 1:25 remaining in the period. 14 seconds to the Navy man advantage. As it's Vandenberg in the near corner board with 6 seconds left. Here's Montz back to Vandenberg. If you hear the stick tapping, it's Truninger letting his team know that they're back to even strength. So we are back to even strength as Carlin makes the save. 60 seconds remain in the second period. Navy still on top 3-0. And just offside are the Midshipmen.
And again, Carlin without a helmet. We've seen that a few times
That's
today.
the third time today. And Carlin is irate. I can just see, not only is he screaming at the referee, but you can see from the emotion on his face how red his face is getting. And to be honest, if someone's helmet is coming off 3 different times, it's either not tightly put on or there's a lot of bumping happening. So it might be a mixture of both.
Referee's having a nice talk with him.
And I will admit, I think Carlin has felt a lot of contact. There hasn't been really a single goalie interference call. The puck is coming. It appears out of the zone as the linesman has brought it to neutral ice. So that's maybe one way a call's gone their way. 52.2 seconds remain in the second period with Navy on top 3-0. Punching this one forward, Izzo here. Covering up is Carlin. And I thought for just a half second Kane was going to drive the net, and I would have only imagined what would have happened after that one. But Kane just gives him a minor snow shower and then skates away. 47.2 seconds remaining in the second period.
Yeah, sometimes it's a good idea to get under the goalie's skin. Looks like it, takes away from his focus.
Oh, here back to Day. Day shoots with a lot of traffic in front. That one hits the post as it doesn't beat a sprawled out Carlin. Coming back the other way is McGee. McGee at the top of the left circle, dips the shoulder, is able to get it on toward Truninger. He hugs that post, makes the stop behind the play. A lot of pushing and shoving.
And no call.
Lehigh is irate that there's no call. Coming back the other way are the Midshipmen as they have a chance. Oh, here with 20 seconds left in the period, he has the puck. He goes cross ice. It pinballs out in front, and now the net comes off its moorings again. 16.1 remaining in the second period.
The entire Lehigh bench got up and started screaming for a penalty call.
And not only are they down 3-0, but they feel that a lot of things haven't gone their way. But to be, again, 100% honest, they've had their fair share of penalties, and if they didn't, the last 5-on-4 advantage they had, they committed a penalty that negated that man advantage. It only lasted about 30 seconds, so 16.1 remaining.
They haven't taken advantage when in places where they needed to.
As Warren has the puck. Getting tripped up was Clayton behind the play, as Clayton just cares about taking care of the Midshipman man as they have to wait an extra second to touch up. 3 seconds remain. Warren back to Clayton. Clayton's going to shoot it at Vandenberg. That was intentional, 100%. Then Vandenberg back to Clayton. Clayton gives it back to Vandenberg. Coming off the ice very quickly is Carlin. And I think we'll have a very exciting, at least physical, third period. Behind the play, Truninger and Goldstein are talking. They appear to be friendly.
Yeah.
That's at least good.
Yeah, I think they are.
That didn't appear to be a heated conversation.
No.
Not like the rest of them, because Vandenberg and Clayton were going back and forth for a bit. But that's going to do it for our second period of play, as Navy's the first one off the ice. Following suit after them are the Lehigh Mountain Hawks.
The referee in between.
Getting an explanation from the referee right now is the Lehigh coaching staff, as they are adamant that there should have been 1 or 2 more power plays for them. But again, that will do it for our second period of play, and when we come back, it will be Patrick Johnstone alongside Aaron Sherman breaking down that second period.
And welcome back for the second intermission report with Patrick Johnstone and myself. Pat, we saw a couple more goals up in that period, and Navy now has a 3-0 lead. What did you see there?
Well, at the end of the period, it started getting a little chippy. You
Oh, yeah.
see with the goalie's lost his helmet 3 times this game. There was a couple of hits that maybe should have been penalties that weren't called. But so far during the game, I'm impressed by the goaltending. Even though Lehigh's down by 3 goals, they're getting outshot 30-17. The Lehigh goal is doing a great job, and he's just not getting offensive help.
Yeah, you're right. Carlin is doing a very solid job, and they've given up a couple power play goals, which, you make a bunch of mistakes, and you can't take any penalties. Granted, Navy, on the other hand, is taking a lot of penalties as well, but their penalty kill is pretty good. All right, so we got a 3-0 game here. We got 20 minutes left in this championship game. What do you see happening here?
Honestly, Navy seems too in control
I agree
for
with
this
you.
to go any other way than Navy's. So we'll see. Maybe Lehigh can score a couple goals early and hopefully get some momentum. But right now, I'm picking Navy to win this.
I think I'm going to agree with you on that one. Lehigh's going to have to come out firing on all cylinders. They're going to have to get something going real quick. The more this clock ticks away, the less time there is. And Navy seems like a good enough team where they're going to just shut the door and not let anything by. Pat, it's been a good season. We've had some fun. It's nice to do this with you, and maybe you'll be taking over this next year.
We'll see.
All right. Happy Hockey Day in America to you, and we'll be back with the final period of championship hockey in just a moment.
Welcome back into the final regulation period on the entire ECHA season. Thank you for tuning in this entire season for the 2015-2016 ECHA season. Right now, Navy is on top 3-0 at the end of 2, as they have dominated the first 2 periods. If Lehigh wants to win this one, they need the most dominant 20 minutes likely of their entire season. But you and I frequently bring up, Aaron, we've seen crazier things. It's not insurmountable, especially considering Navy had a goal waved off. So officially the third period is kicked underway as the puck comes toward Truninger, who kicks it away, uses the paddle, and then it comes back out towards center ice as Vandenberg couldn't hold on to that one. That might be something we want to watch out for as Vandenberg and Clayton meet up. They were the two that were very angry with one another at the end of the second. Very early in the first, they met up again.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly tempers fly here in this period.
As Brooks can't control that pass, so it comes back toward Clayton. Something I want to make mention of is as I was walking around during that second intermission, Kyle Zoldi, the head coach of the Drexel Dragons, as Lehigh's able to gain the line. And then it's reversed back by Givens. He's in attendance as the puck now hits the ceiling. So Kyle Zoldi's here, and even though he's the Drexel coach and his team was eliminated on Friday, there's a lot of interest and a lot of excitement around this championship game. Teams want to make sure that they're best prepared for already next season. So I know a lot of people may say, well, it's just club hockey. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more on the line, and people take this very seriously.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why this game is so important. The number 1 Navy Midshipmen facing the number 2 Lehigh Mountain Hawks, who turn over the puck, save out in front. They continue to jam at it. Finally, the play is whistled dead. Don't know how he was able to make this save, as somehow Carlin falls on top of it. It appeared to be loose in the crease area, but with 18:53 remaining and slowly Carlin's coming up to his feet, he's able to make the save.
He's had a long day back there, Carlin.
So puck will be dropped deep in the Lehigh end as they reverse around to the right wing side. Keeping it in is Givens as he's donning the C on his sweater for captain. There's only one of those per team, so that's quite the honor. As trying to get this puck deep is Goldstein. Can't do so. So it's right next to us near our broadcast area, as Huey has the puck in his own end along what is his left wing side. Look to pass to Givens. Givens can't control that one, as there was a quick change off by Navy. Goldstein trying to muscle his way to get possession of the puck, not able to as Morgley chases.
Again, you see how strong those Navy sticks are. It's impossible for them Lehigh players to win any battles.
Coming forward is Leininger, trying to hook up there, can't do so. So Lehigh's able to retreat, get some time as Navy had to touch up. Center ice feed to no avail. Leininger with the puck, met up by Clayton. Continuing to go forward are the Midshipmen. 17:45 remaining in the third period, as the two continue to battle away. Now picked up by the Mountain Hawks, who are forced to dump it down deep and go off for a line change. Chasing after this one is Del Gizzo, but it's the Midshipmen once again coming away with it, as this one is thrown on toward Carlin. He fumbled it as he got his blocker down toward the ice, but it still hit a divot in the ice and then hopped a bit on him. Fortunately for him, didn't allow a goal, and we've seen goals like that allowed even at this playoffs. Just Friday, Scott Salomon, the netminder for the Temple Owls, allowed an innocent enough shot against Towson, as McGee is able to gain the line, finds Brooks. Brooks looking to center it out to McGee, can't find him, so it comes to the left point to Warren. Warren's shot doesn't get through as it hits low in front.
Got to keep that down.
Comes out in front, here's McGee. McGee shoots, Truninger has it, and McGee puts it home. As it's third of the weekend, it's a 3-1 game, took 3 minutes and 20 seconds, but Lehigh is on the board.
Well, we said Lehigh needed to come out and score one early, and they did just that. We got ourselves a game again. Just got to keep chipping away at the score.
So 16:40 remaining. It's a 2-goal game. Championship game.
That'll spark some life into the team, that's for sure.
And all McGee had to do was just stay with the puck, took the shot on. Troninger was able to stop most of it, but then it ricocheted behind him, and tapping it home was McGee, and now icing against the Midshipmen. Only 5 more seconds come off the clock. 16:35 remaining in the third period. It's a 3-1 game.
They don't want to get too overexcited. They got to still play defense. Navy has made them pay a few times, and definitely stay out of the box.
McGee wins it to Brooks. Brooks gets the shot off. Troninger makes the save. There's a rebound as Mons gives over to Metzold. Metzold curls back in his own end as he's dragging that puck, finds Mons, who's able to walk a little bit more through the zone, comes towards center ice where Harrigan wants to play with it. Kane picks it up. Kane takes a shot. It hits off of the Lehigh defender being Ramondelli and ricochets out of play. 16:13 remaining in the third period.
You see how hard it was to beat Troninger so far today, and it took pretty much a garbage goal to go in there. I mean, it looked like it squeaked through his pads a little bit, and nobody knew where the puck was, and the Lehigh player found the puck on his stick in the crease, slam dunked that in.
Puck won back by the Midshipmen, as that was Huey getting the puck deep, gives on out to Givens. Givens centering attempt comes back to the point. Now it's at the left faceoff dot. Huey shot saved by Carlin as he's able to cover that one up. 16:02 remaining in the third period. Faceoff will stay deep in the Lehigh end as the Mountain Hawks and Midshipmen keep the same 10 skaters out there. Faceoff won by the Midshipmen. Huey with the puck. It comes back to the far corner board. Goldstein finding another Goldstein. That's Evan and Adam hooking up. Shot doesn't get on net as it goes and sails just wide of the cage. Once again, this one now sailing left, but staying on top of this one is Harrigan. Harrigan looking for a centering attempt to Givens. Can't find him as Goldstein pokes away at it. Tripping up are the Midshipmen as they turn over the puck to Morgley, who gets that puck free. Huey near center ice, controls it. Almost turning it over, and then finally does is Day. As Kane goes off for a line change, being replaced by O'Hear and Lelot. Lelot's out there as well. So manning the point, Huey and Day. Now it's Lelot over to O'Hear. Those are 2 of the forwards. The other third forward is Vandenberg. That's their top unit. 5 minutes gone in the third period. Circling it to the right point. It comes back to High. High's shot hits a stick out in front, then doesn't get on net as it deflected wide.
See that Navy is going to probably try to have at least 3 players back at all times now. They've got to protect this lead.
But you can't be too conservative. There's still plenty of time, and as McGee picks this one off with looking back to the point, no one home. All 3 Navy forwards already in the offensive zone as they're able to gain the line. Awkward shot along the goal line. Carlin able to make the save. Here's McGee. Has to try and split the D, unable to, as he shoots it right into the Navy defense, and now he's going to go off for a line change, being replaced by Goldstein as this one skies back down toward Carlin, who covers up. 14:07 remaining in the third period, with Navy still on top by a score of 3-1. Face-off deep in the Lehigh end. Harrigan and Goldstein to take the draw. Blocked by Morgley. Puck almost comes out into neutral ice. Now it does with the clearing attempt by Ramondelli, who just gained the red line. No icing against Lehigh as the Mountain Hawks continue to stay with it. Centering attempt came to the side where Goldstein was, but now Kane reversing it back, finds Harrigan, back to Kane. Kane gives it to the trailing forward who can't get the shot on net.
The passing from Navy is just unbelievable today. They always know where each other are. They're finding each other in spaces, and they definitely have looked like the better team.
As Ramondelli, the defenseman, was able to get that puck deep where Morgley will chase after it. Instead, It's the Midshipmen picking it up. And then this one gets picked off here very effectively by Friedman, who dumps it down, forcing Montz to go back with it behind his net, make a quick decision. He does as he finds Kane along the left wing side. Now it comes near center ice, where Line Gear is going to force the puck to go to Sabatini behind the cage, back to the far wing side. 12:55 remaining in the third period. Lehigh has the lone goal in this period, still trailed by 2. Morgley with a soft toss to his defensive partner, but then it ricochets into the ceiling and then falls back down onto the ice surface. But the play is whistled dead. 12:45 remaining in the third period, and slowly but surely that clock will become an enemy for this Lehigh team. Face-off won by Line Gears. He was able to beat McGee. Won it back cleanly, went between his legs to win the face-off. Now it comes to the near corner boards. Big check laid on, but Line Gear comes back up afterwards. Good to see him get back up on his own power. Day absorbs a check, still is able to gain the line. Then it ricochets into that protective awning area in the corner boards. 12:25 remaining in the third period. Goldstein and Line Gear. Excuse me, it's going to be McGee and Line Gear. They each tie each other up. 4 to 5 different players were in that scrum, as now Warren comes away with it for the Mountain Hawks. McGee wanted to punch that puck forward, was unable to. And it's thrown all the way down deep into the Navy end. You're going to see a lot of chip and chase from Lehigh and just hoping that Navy makes a mistake. Seldom do they, but that's their best bet as of right now. They stand up Navy at the line and they go just a stride offside. 11:57 remaining in the third period. Navy still on top 3-1. They led 3-0 in this period. McGee had one that just slid right through Truninger to make it 3-1. As Lehigh has their second line out, Navy still staying with their top unit. As Lehigh's able to emerge with this puck, trying to split the D once again, they're able to do it. That was Goldstein. But turning it back the other way is O'Hear. He's one of the better players for this Navy team. Centers it out in front. Vandenberg can't control that one. Comes to the point. And they couldn't get the shot on net. O'Hear trying to stuff it in front as Carlin is sprawled out. A lot of checks thrown out. Carlin down, and he's able to make the save. Still felt some contact, but at least that time he wasn't in his crease area, so that contact is okay.
Absolutely.
11:26 remaining in the third period.
Yeah, safe to say Carlin is leaving it all out there on the ice today. He's been sprawling all over, doing everything he can to keep pucks out, and he's played well. It just being left out to dry a couple times today.
Face off deep in the Lehigh end. And they are able to win the draw, but now they're hemmed in as Vandenberg is going to make sure he stays with this puck. He now falls to the ice surface. Felt like he was held, no call. It's been a penalty-free third period. Pretty surprising after how the first two periods went. We thought the physicality was going to be picked up. No icing as they were able to gain that center ice red line. McGee gets a piece of this one. It comes back to the Lehigh defense, who once again dump it down deep. And that's going to be the mantra for Lehigh. They toss it out in front. Getting a piece of it is Ramondelli. McGee can't stuff that one home. That was a good opportunity for the Mountain Hawks, as Brooks wants to pick this one up, unable to. As Holman eludes a check there. Puck right by our broadcast area. As moving it forward along the left wing side are the Midshipmen. Good defensive play, getting his body in front of it.
Stick lift in front too.
Reversing it back around is Lehigh. It's Ramondelli. Ramondelli then takes an elbow to the head. It was more of a forearm shiver to the head. No call. Puck is redirected toward Carlin, who covers up, wanted to get rid of the puck. And now it's going to be a face-off deep in the Lehigh end. 10-11 remaining in the third period.
Referees letting a lot go here in this third period, as they should. They don't want to be the ones that decide a
championship
a borderline call for a championship game. They want to let them play as much as they can. It's going to have to be very obvious.
As Lehigh is able to emerge with this, they've been good in that department, at least winning the faceoffs. Puck ricochets out of play. Hope all of our spectators are okay. Almost halfway through the third period. Almost 50 minutes gone. Navy still on top 3-1. Goldstein to take the draw against Line Gear. Line Gear wins it, but punching it forward is Morgley. Morgley wants to stuff it in, and so does Goldstein. And then the net comes off its moorings as Goldstein wanted to get that one home, and that was Evan Goldstein, who just couldn't quite stuff it in. And then by trying to shove it in, he hit the net off its moorings.
Faceoff's going to stay in the zone.
So the same 10-man unit will stay out there. Goldstein reversing out in front. That was a backhand no-look try as the puck is thrown into the air. Chasing hard after it is Sabatini, but Warren is the first one to touch up. Line Gear along the far corner boards. Picks it up for Navy.
Lehigh just continuing not to win the battles to the pucks. They're not getting there first.
And Day then shanked the shot as he was trying to get it off. Big hit near center ice. Goldstein absorbs it and then just tosses it down deep as Evan Goldstein. Adam Goldstein took the check. Evan Goldstein dumped it down deep and then went off for a line change. Top unit out here for Lehigh. On the other end, it's Navy coming in close. Lalo gets a shot off, saved by Carlin. Feeling some contact still is Carlin, and Brooks took exception to that one. 9:11 remaining in the third period, still 3-1. Faceoff will be dropped deep in the Lehigh end. Lalo against McGee. And for as good as Lalo's been, I'm very surprised he hasn't scored yet this weekend. And neither has O'Hear, as Navy continues to just add to their lead as they have 3 goals and trying to add to it now to make it 4-1 as then the puck ricochets out of play. 9 minutes even remaining in the third period. Puck will stay in the Lehigh end. And now it's Navy starting to win a lot more draws. That's very important with a 2-goal lead. Ramondelli working it back to his brother Ramondelli, and then overskated by McGee, so turned back up by Lalo, but offside are the Midshipmen. 8:45 remaining in this third period. And again, that clock starts to become an enemy. As there's 8:45 remaining in the third period. And right off the draw, Goldstein taking exception to O'Hear. We apologize for any clock issues that have happened in this game. Our technology is working a little slow today, but we will give you continuous updates. As there's 8:38 remaining in the third period. Navy still on top 3-1. Here's Goldstein with the puck. As he's reversing back around. Centering attempt, Morgley can't put that one home. And now it could be a 2-on-1 break the other way. O'Hear, good defensive play, nice stopped save by Carlin, and then he covers it up. He's not really near that crease area whatsoever. That could have been a penalty. And I'm seeing afterwards there's a penalty not related to Carlin. Not related to the Carlin cover-up. So it's going to be a penalty against the Mountain Hawks.
I'm shocked.
You are?
I'm a little shocked. I mean, I know they're jostling back and forth and they're chirping at each other, but the tempers are gonna fly. Maybe they had enough.
8:11 remaining in the third period. Power play for Navy. As now Kane has the puck in the far corner board. He's content just eating up more clock. Kane. And now it's Navy committing a penalty. They were just on the power play for about 15 seconds. 4-on-4 hockey, as we had a couple spectators walk by us and let us know it's 4-on-4. We're well aware as well, but thank you for that. So penalty to Vandenberg. As we're finally starting to get some clock issues figured out. 7:57 remaining. In the third period, 4-on-4 hockey as Vandenberg is now in the box. So it was only a 15-second power play for Navy. As Lalo and O'Hear are trying to extend this lead. Here's O'Hear, the left-handed shooter. Can't beat Warren. Warren had good positioning there. Clayton backing him up as the other defenseman on the blue line for the Mountain Hawks. Doubling back is Ramondelli. 7:34 remaining in the third period. As coming away with it is McGee. He had an extra step, couldn't locate the puck. As it's 4-on-4 hockey. Calling for it at the point is Clayton trying to open up a lane. Clayton at the right faceoff dot, finding McGee. It deflects out in front, then comes back to the point. Warren's shot does get through, not on net. McGee tossing it toward the net. Truninger paddles that one away. Big hit by Warren, but Navy's able to get the puck out into neutral ice. Clayton comes down, finds Ramondelli. Ramondelli over to McGee. McGee shoots and able to gobble that one up is Truninger. 48 seconds remaining to the 4-on-4 play. A tick under 7 minutes remaining in the third period as this one's starting to heat up now. Brooks is able to win this back cleanly as he has Ramondelli. Ramondelli shoots. It hits Huey out in front. Brooks takes a slash, is able to get the shot off, and Truninger covers up. Brooks took off his gloves to put his helmet back on. That was a little surprising, but he does it nonetheless. He's going to strap that chin strap on.
Tick, tick, tick here for Lehigh. Clock is winding down.
And
Still time for 2 goals, but
38 seconds remain to the 4-on-4, and then after that, as long as there's no more penalties, they'll have 14 seconds of power play time as this puck is skied back down into the Lehigh end. Touched up by Harrigan, now turned over as Morgley picks up the puck. He gets checked. Brooks gives on over to his defensive partner, who's going to dump it down deep. Morgley's going to chase after it. Huey's going to beat him there. Huey for Navy.
oh, what a breakout.
Finds Harrigan. Harrigan near center ice, puts a little too much mustard on it, but still finding it was Kane. Good change there by Lehigh. They actually had too few guys on there. They only had 3 guys out there, so not too many men called against Lehigh. They're right now in the power play for another 8 seconds. As it looks like, once again, Navy with another PK, a successful PK, 12 of 12 on the weekend. Stretch pass, Vandenberg can't find it. Carlin can't cover up, so Vandenberg's able to still play with it. Under 6 minutes to go. Navy up by 2. Maybe this is what the doctor ordered, though, as Lehigh turns it back the other way. Ramondelli drops off for McGee. McGee can't do enough with it as it's reversed around for Metzold. Metzold gets it past Goldstein.
2-on-1.
And here's Lalo. He has O'Hear. Can't get the shot through as it's turned back the other way. McGee wasn't even skating back yet. So McGee wanted to toss it toward Goldstein, was unable to. 5:15 remaining. 5:15 remaining in the third period. And shot saved by Carlin. He fumbles it, still is able to cover it up. 5:06 remaining in the third period. It's a 2-goal game.
Carlin doing everything and anything to stop pucks here.
And we'll see what Coach of the Year Tom Lasig decides to do with Lehigh inside 5 minutes. And flashing the leather for good measure is Carlin. 3 ticks come off the clock, but as I was mentioning, Coach Lasig inside, as we're almost inside 5 minutes, down 2 goals. Maybe he'll just take a chance to pull the goalie, even still down 2 goals, as the puck comes out in front. Givens can't put that one home, tripping up Brooks.
Yeah, I'd look for the goalie in the next 2.5 minutes.
And we'll wait and see what Lehigh does as Goldstein brings it back on over to Morgley. Day, the first one to touch up for the Midshipmen, as it's worked to the near board side. Now they reverse it around behind the cage. Still reversed once again behind the cage. Picked off by Lehigh as they are able to intercept. But now Navy controls possession as they're trying to break out of their own end. 4:20 remaining in the third period. Clayton looking on over to Brooks. Brooks didn't have a stick on the ice, so Day picks up the puck. It ricochets off of Clayton, stays in play. Kane, the first one to touch up in the near corner, as he was able to locate that puck. Now once again, it's McGee near center ice. He's doubling back, waiting for a couple teammates to go forward. Brooks couldn't get the puck deep, so they can't establish any forecheck. McGee stays on along with Ramondelli. And the other forward is Goldstein, who's not normally a line mate of theirs, as you might start to see a couple weird pairings as they'll do anything to try and muscle their way back in. But with 3:30 remaining, not a lot of time to go for the Mountain Hawks.
Gotta do something here.
Shot by McGee, saved
Oh, that's
by,
something.
by the first team ECHA All-Star in Truninger. As once again, Lehigh's able to keep the line. Ramondelli trying to throw it out in front, can't do so. And now it squirts free into neutral ice. Under 3 minutes to go in the third period. Navy still has a stranglehold on this game, but one goal can be all the difference. Ramondelli keeps his legs churning. That's a very soft call inside 3 minutes, but it's a call nonetheless. Not that Navy should be all that worried. They've killed the first, however many it is. They're already, I think, 7 for 7 today. They were 6 of 6 yesterday. So I think they're 13 of 13 on the weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna take something special here. I wouldn't be shocked to see a timeout even. Yeah, timeout. I see him signaling. We're gonna get a Lehigh timeout.
So timeout called by Lehigh because they know how important this next little possession is. And I actually think because now they're going on the man advantage, they don't feel pressured to pull their netminder as fast. I do think potentially within the first minute, if they don't have a goal, they might pull Carlin. But with 2:51 remaining,
I wouldn't be shocked to see a 6-on-4 here. You know, put the extra man out there.
it doesn't appear as if Carlin is going to go.
Not yet. Not with 3 minutes still left. Almost.
That's what I'm saying. But I think a minute, if a minute elapsed, just inside 2 minutes, if they still haven't scored,
I agree with you there.
Then they might take the chance on the 6-on-4. But they're just trying to diagram a play now on the 5-on-4, and I think right now they're shouting out orders as well to let Carlin know what needs to happen when they do pull him, as right now he's getting involved in the conversation as well. So we hear the buzzer. The timeout has ended. Carlin is retreating back to his crease, so it'll be a 5-on-4 advantage with 2:51 remaining in the ECHA championship game on Hockey Day in America. Couldn't ask for a better day for a championship game. McGee not able to win the draw. That's huge for Navy, and now they're just going to try and eat up more clock and likely try and toss it the length of the ice. They can't do it as Ramondelli gets a stick down on the ice, and now Day gets it further. Lalo chasing after it. That's just eating up more clock. Already only 2:35 remaining. As Lelo keeps his legs churning now, finally he peels off. And it's Clayton gaining that center ice line. Two guys converge on him. He's able to get the puck away to McGee. McGee wants to go back to the point to Clayton. He finds him. Clayton back to McGee. McGee trying to open up a lane. Still in his net is Carlin. Clayton to McGee. 2:11 remaining in the period. Not as much movement as you'd expect. Centering attempt to Brooks. No good. Clayton shoots. Blocker save. It's behind Truninger. They continue to poke away at it. Now it's behind the net. Now it comes out to the point to Clayton. Goal! Shoots, he scores! Power play goal! They're waving it off. Just as Carlin was celebrating, they wave off the goal. And Lehigh cannot believe it, and then the puck will come to neutral ice.
It was a quick decision. He made it right away. I saw him signal. So clearly there must have been something there.
And if you think the Lehigh bench was animated before, trust me when I say they're not happy now. As right now they're getting the explanation. And just a lot of shrugging from the Lehigh bench because they know no matter what they say, they're not going to change the call.
And that's deflating.
So once again, maybe it gives them a little bit of feeling that they can at least score, but again, in a 2-goal game, inside 2 minutes, staying in his crease still is Carlin. He's not even inching out toward the hash marks, halfway through the power play. So they still are on the power play as there was no goal.
There he goes.
And they're calling for Carlin 6-on-4, so you and I diagrammed it just like Lehigh did. If they couldn't score in that first minute, they'd call for the goalie. Cross-ice feed, Ramondelli can't put that one home. As they work it back to the point to Goldstein.
Get as many bodies in front of that
Goldstein
net.
to Ramondelli. Ramondelli wants to go behind the goal line. It comes to the right point. 1:25 remaining in the game. Still down 2 goals are the Mountain Hawks. 30 seconds to the man advantage. It's a 6-on-4 advantage as right now the puck isn't even able to be moved free. As getting tripped up are the Mountain Hawks.
Call. Let them play.
And Goldstein had a hard rocket that hit off the end boards. 65 seconds remain. Goldstein shoots, hits off of Ramondelli out in front. Under a minute remaining.
Just gotta keep pounding away here.
Under a minute remaining at the left circle. It's McGee. McGee can't get the shot off. They continue. And Ramondelli scores! Oh my goodness! It's a power play goal and it's still a 3-2 game!
Oh, Ramondelli finally finding his way to the score sheet.
That's his first goal of the weekend, and what a time to get it. So Carlin, I believe, will at least start in his net.
Yeah.
50.7 seconds left. So right now he's only at the hash marks. He's not even in his crease because if Lehigh wins the draw, he's going to skate right on over.
And they win it.
And they're going to wait. He's going to wait an extra second just to make sure. Now he's going to the bench.
Now there he goes.
40 seconds remaining. It's a 1-goal game. Top line out there for Lehigh. As now it hits into the protective awning. Last touch by Navy. Face off deep in the Navy end as Brooks is right now staying on the ice. Not okay. I didn't see what happened as Brooks is right now on the ice, appearing to be motionless.
As much as you hate to see an injured player, this is not what Lehigh needed. This will take any momentum away.
To be honest as well, Aaron, I actually think somewhat of the opposite, that it allows this top unit
at least
to rest up a bit.
At least to get a breath, that's for sure.
I understand that it might take away from that momentum, that adrenaline high. But if Lehigh were to take any positives, these top guns of theirs that just scored can rest up a bit. Brooks obviously being one of those players. So Carlin on the bench, Brooks still being attended to as he is in clear discomfort. 36.1 seconds remaining. And Navy was up 3-0. It's now a 3-2 game. 2 goals by Lehigh in this period. They even had one waved off. Both teams have had 1 goal waved off in this game.
That's right. Just got to keep chipping away, and they've done that. But an exciting finish nonetheless here.
And Brooks needs to be helped up, not putting any weight on that left foot, it appears. as he's hobbling his way off the ice. And he's still skating, it looks, toward the bench, and some of his teammates were encouraging that he just skates off the ice near the exit way. But he's going to go toward the bench. So he's being replaced by Morgley, number 25.
Here we go.
36.1 remaining. They're about to drop the puck. It's a 6-on-5 advantage with no goalie in the net for Lehigh. They are able to win the draw. Roman Deli, who has the last goal, works it back to the point to Goldstein. Good play by Vandenberg. Can't get the puck free. Clayton cross ice finds Ramondelli. He can't control that one. Puck comes back out into neutral ice.
Gotta be quick with it.
There's likely one more rush. There are 18 seconds. As it's a seam pass. Morgley, he has an extra step. Trininger saves it. And that was a beautiful opportunity as Lehigh really had a chance there. 11.4 remaining.
I know this whole place just got up for a second. Everybody on the edge of their seats.
11.4 remaining in the third period. Navy on top by a score of 3-2. There were 2 semifinal games yesterday. That was the final.
Now does Navy call a timeout here? Do they just let this go? Nope.
It looks like they're going to let it go. They are calling for one more person to come off as they had 6 skaters, but they have a goalie in the net, so they can't do that.
Right. Yesterday they almost got caught for that.
Winning the draw is Lalo. That's a big one, but still punching it forward are the Mountain Hawks. They work it back to the point to Clayton. 4 seconds remain as they work it out in front. Big clear there by Lalo. They continue to try and center it, and Navy wins the ECHA championship. They are your 2016 ECHA champions. They were the #1 seed all season long. They made it interesting as they win by a final of 3-2. They are going to nationals in Chicago, so their season still isn't done. But there is something to be said about this ECHA competition, that they face a #5 seed team in the playoffs. They need overtime. They were down 2-0. They win that game 3-2. They face the #2 seed. They are up 3-0. Let the opposition come back, and that's another 3-2 final. But the big thing and a huge reason why they were the #1 seed and why they won these playoffs, special teams play.
Absolutely, and I said it all year long, whether we were calling Temple or these playoff games, special teams make or break every single game, especially in leagues like this. Who you got for an MVP?
I think it has to go to Trininger.
Yeah,
I know.
Say the same thing.
I know that there were a lot of players that chipped in, and I think a reason this Navy team also won. Not only were they good at penalty killing, but you can name a lot of players, whether it be O'Hear, whether it be Lalo, whether it be Harrigan, whether it be even their 2-star defensemen in Metzold or Mons. They've got a lot of talent, so there's a lot of good players, but there's a reason Trininger was a first-team ECHA All-Star.
He played very well.
But, Aaron, that's going to do it for our season because we only call ECHA games as Navy wins the 2016 ECHA championship by a final of 3-2. Any concluding thoughts, Aaron?
Great season. It's been fun doing this with you. Thanks for bringing me in this year. I know this is your last ECHA game, but I'm sure we will be listening to you for many more years to come at other levels, hopefully, as we wait here for the trophy ceremony,
which we will obviously catch as we're not leaving just yet. And that was just a hard-fought effort by both teams. Very exciting. Every game we called was very exciting. We were on the call for 4 of the 5 games this weekend, but we will be quiet for just a half second as the commissioner will pass out some hardware. As Givens, the captain of Navy, is going to come forward as the commissioner so it's Givens, Lalo, and Trininger, all 3 of them taking a picture with the hardware.
always the hardest part for the away team, who is forced to watch.
but it's a great sport.
Yes.
Being a great sport. Obviously, hockey is a great sport, but as well, sometimes you learn more from the losses than the victories.
That's right. Builds character. And
there it is.
Both of us called it, and the league felt the same way. Troninger winning the MVP.
They're saying other players who were also MVPs. So Chris Day also is going to get some hardware. A Towson player couldn't catch the number. It's very hard to hear our public address announcer. So now another Lehigh player, and that's McGee. Of course, he had 3 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, he played very well this weekend.
He had the overtime winner yesterday to send Lehigh to this championship game. So Harrigan's also going to get some hardware. He had the first goal for Navy yesterday to start their comeback against the Villanova Ice Cats.
Yeah,
and that's completely deserved as well. And one of the hardest things to do is be in a championship game and be the losing goalie, because you feel a certain sense of pressure, but he deserves that hardware, and that's why there's a round of applause. He played his heart out.
All right. And now we can have the captains from Lehigh come up and receive the awards for the tournament finalists.
So it appears it's both Goldsteins and as well McGee. And they're going to take a picture.
they played well. I mean, the overtime game, they won. Another 3-2 game here. All close games this weekend.
And now for the ECHA tournament champions, U.S. Navy Patrick, who bring that basketball to receive the championship trophy.
So now they're giving out the trophy. And once again, it's going to be Givens, the captain, with Troninger, who was the MVP, along with Lulo.
Great season and great championship game. Everyone has safe ride. Thank you for coming out.
So again, a wonderful end to this season, as it appears every player is going to touch that championship. Right now, with some other hardware, with what appears to be at least a bigger trophy, as the backup goalie, James O'Halloran.
And of course, we got to get a center ice picture.
With a lot of people holding up their index finger.
Maybe we're going to get in it. Smile.
I think Aaron and I might just, by chance, from our broadcast area, be in this photo, which will be very exciting.
Should we smile?
As once again, the final here from Iceworks Arena in Aston, Pennsylvania, Navy 3 and Lehigh 2. That will do it for our season here. We appreciate everyone who has tuned in all season long, and make sure you tune back next year for some Temple ice hockey.